Hey, sweet friends. Welcome to another episode of the Business of Inner Peace. I'm super excited doing something pretty new that I haven't done before. I actually have my sweet sister, Shay, on, and we are going to have a great conversation. We actually have a business together called Soul Sisters, and we want to talk to you all about what we're doing and our upcoming retreat in September, so stay tuned. Welcome to the Business of Inner Peace. I'm your host, Erin Jean, and I'm so glad you're here. Let's pretend we're sitting in my living room enjoying a cup of coffee or tea and getting to know each other just a little better. That's what I love. I love getting to hear your story. I love feeling connected by the spirit of understanding that our stories bring. Today, I'm sharing some of my story, but I hope someday soon you'll be telling me yours. Listen, I know that you're feeling overwhelmed with life, and nothing is exactly how you'd like it to be. Your marriage is not what you hoped for, motherhood is harder than you imagined, and you've lost yourself somewhere in the mix of responsibilities. Well, if you're ready to bring some more peace and joy into your life, reconnect with God who made you, and start living a life you love, then grab your cup of coffee or tea and let's dive into today's show.
So, Erin, I just want to open it up with a question to you as we get started here. Have you ever had a moment where you thought, this can't be it? Is there more for me, more joy, more meaning, more connection, more purpose in my life? You ever felt that way?
I absolutely have. And for me, I really think back to when my two oldest kids were smaller than they are now. They felt big to me at the time. Um, but as they were starting to kind of like have their own life and their own schedule at school, I had more downtime and I started to kind of feel like I should be doing more. Am I doing enough? It doesn't feel like what I was doing was everything. And
Mhm.
I also felt like um, there was a part of myself, right, that like hopes and dreams that I had when before I was married, before I became a mom, that felt disconnected. So I definitely felt myself asking that kind of question. Um, so yeah, how about you? Have you had a time where you felt that way?
Yeah, I would say when we first started, how this came about is we first started together in a network marketing business together. And then I just started seeing more possibilities for my life. Like I met the goals, check, nurse, check, married, check, kids, um, raising them the way I wanted to raise them, thinking these things. And then this whole world opened up to me of just giving me different ways to think and um, different doors to look through that are like different than what I was looking through. And it just gave me a little bit of disconnect and feeling like, do I really have a purpose for my life? and um, how I'm raising my children, all that kind of stuff. It just started me thinking and growing in a different way.
Yeah. Yeah, when that network marketing company came into our lives, we were introduced by our sweet cousin Carrie, and it was all around holistic wellness. And it really shook some paradigms, I would say,
Yeah.
especially for you because of
Yes.
nerve, right?
Yeah. I was taught medicine, and nothing about nutrition.
Mm, yeah.
It was all about like, you got to get you got to go see the doctor, you got to get some medicine. I'm going to follow the doctor's orders as a nurse, I don't know, just to open my eyes to I can actually take control of my own health and take care of myself. What?
Yeah, we had some interesting conversations over the years as all of that was developing, and um I would say my experience in general has been that most careers, right, which nursing is definitely like a career, especially a career that requires you to go to like traditional school, it doesn't encourage you to have a growth mindset, you know?
Right.
It's the structure is to check these boxes and do all of these things that you are supposed to do. And I think what ends up happening to a lot of people is you'll hit this place where you've accomplished it all, you know? And whatever the thing you were dreaming of was, you've got it. And you still don't feel like the way that you thought you would. Or I'll just use marriage for an example, right? Like, I really wanted to be married. And then suddenly you get there and married with kids. And this is a thing I've been dreaming about since I was a little girl. And you're like, what the heck? Like, this is hard.
Takes work? What?
Yeah, this doesn't feel as magical as I thought. So,
As you see on the Disney movies as they ride off into the sunset.
you don't see what happens after. So, um, I think we can all relate to that of having those moments. And I think that's kind of where you were at. I was at in a different way when this network marketing opportunity came along. And the coolest thing about network marketing is it's all about becoming a better person. Like, it's so much about personal development, really being an entrepreneur. It's hard to take that journey and not do some growth work, right?
Right. And then leading to what Aaron and I always say is we're growth mindset junkies.
Literally our personal development gurus. We have the
What for some comment? We're there.
yeah, we're going. We have very large libraries. Many, many books we've read. We put in countless hours at conferences and talks and podcasts and audiobooks. We've done a lot of time. And what was cool, because we loved doing it, we wanted to put on a retreat for our team. And it was magical.
What magical.
It was a weekend down in Southern California. How many women did we have? Do you remember?
We had about 10 women.
Yeah. So 10 women. It was this cool little place out in the woods. And it was all about some about business, but I would say the majority was really about this like personal growth, spiritual growth, kind of some healing uh work out a lot of
The word that comes to mind for me is transformation with
time.
that healing.
Yeah. And so there was huge change that weekend. I would definitely say there's a couple of women that come to my mind that I think that was a pivotal transition point for their life, and it
Mhm.
put them on a different course,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. A course of healing. Yes.
Mhm.
A
A more
course of purpose.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And the cool thing is what it did for Shay and I is we left that weekend on a high, and it started this whole new dream inside of us where we had this thought of, could we do this? Could we put on retreats that were all about transformation and make it our career and our purpose and be a way to support our families, all while feeling like we're doing God's plan, because it's such good work in people's lives.
Yes. I would agree with that. And definitely was joy filled in, doing something that, yeah, it's work, but it's full of joy and it doesn't feel hard. It feels fun. It feels light.
Mhm.
It's so nice for connection with other women. Um, and, we get changed too. We grow too, which is awesome. I love that part of it too.
Yeah. Well, and secretly, I've always loved slumber parties.
Right?
And those women's retreats, and the weekend getaways, it's like your version as adult to have a slumber party, right? Like we're doing the masks, we're painting candles, we're doing all of those fun, silly things and laughing, 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 laughing. I could just think of so many really fun times on different weekends that we've gotten to have that were about personal development where we're just crying, laughing.
Yeah.
Which is so much fun. So,
Yes.
it's been a few years since that particular incident, that memory that we're talking about. I shouldn't call it an incident. It was an event. Happy.
It was a great memory.
It
It's
was
a
a great
great retreat.
memory. And we've been turning and turning this idea around, and this dream has kind of been sitting there. And last May, we were able to really kind of start launching it and giving it more of a structure and a vision. And fast forward to, oh gosh, when I say last May, I actually mean May of 2024. So,
Yes, May 2024. We really, both of us just got a download from God, I believe, of just like, this is what our logo is. This is what we're about. This is what the retreat looks like.
yeah, so fun. And so
So
we
fun.
launched our very first retreat in San Diego this past March. So a little less than a year later from getting a more clear vision on the dream. And it was so much fun. What were your what would you say that the women who joined us at the retreat, got out of it?
Well, one thing I would say is like it's an interactive retreat. We do have moments where we're giving you tools for your toolbox on how to have a growth mindset, how to grow personally, kind of come up with some goals and purpose in your life. And so I love that we can give tools in the toolbox, but it's not just all about like, okay, here's the paper with all this stuff on it. It's interactive. Like, all right, we're going to introduce this tool. How can we use it? We're going to get up and we're going to move and whatever the subject was, there was always a point of interaction. It wasn't just like, let me tell you what this is all about, but it had points of being able to just talk about it and, where are you at? Where you want to go? I really loved that part about it. And I loved the downtime times we had where we could go in the jacuzzi or we had little massage chair. We just had all these little infrared light therapy. We just had all these little different tools that we got to use, that we all participated in. Everyone brought something different, which we didn't even know was going to happen. We had some things that we had in mind, and then other people brought other things. I loved that part of it
Yeah.
as well. How about you?
Yeah, well, it was a fun group because everyone there is super holistically minded. So we all
Mhm.
have lots of fun tools to play with to support our body. So that's a beautiful thing. I think my favorite part is, watching these women come alive because they really came in carrying some heavy stuff, especially around their personal life, their marriages, just things were kind of feeling low and heavy. And there's this one exercise that we do where, like Shay's saying, we actually physically apply it. We do what you just learned together, and you can see the energy just instantly shift.
Yeah.
And it's so fun to watch a human go from that low, sad, defeated vibration of feeling like nothing's working and life isn't where I want it to be to instantly full of like creativity and energy and I could do this and I could do that. And it's just like, yes, she gets it. It's so much fun to watch somebody literally transform before your eyes, you know? And our hope is that women actually take all of that getting to experience it in your body, applying all these principles, and then applying it to daily life so that it's serving you beyond just that one weekend. Uh,
Yeah, I think, I just wanna say with that one question I asked to start this off, you know, I would say, like, I felt stuck at one point in my life where I was like, "Is this it? Is there more for me? Is there" like, I didn't really realize there was an option or I have the power to make this different, and I think that was is really cool about the retreat that we do is that we're empowering women to say, "Hey, yeah, you have a choice here. Things can look different."
yeah. And oftentimes our circumstances and the people around us can, give us that energy of feeling really defeated. Um,
Mhm.
we know we can only control ourselves, right? You get that pounded into you. But the truth is there's so much more that we can control. There's so much we do have power of over, and we can truly create a life that we absolutely love. What I would say is totally different about what we do that I personally have never seen, not to say it's not out there, I just not encountered it myself. But at our retreats, we are blending neuroscience with the laws of the universe and biblical truth, and really acknowledging that all of it is because of our amazing creator who
Mhm.
made us in his image, and he, being the creator, gave us the power to also create. And he, being the creator, like just when you look outside and you see all these trees and plants, and all of that is created to grow and to flourish and to go through cycles, right?
Yeah.
And we are the same. We are created to grow and to flourish. There isn't a point in time where we're supposed to stop and be done. I kind of think retirement is like, I don't know, a farcity. Like, I don't think God really ever planned to have us retire. Like, there's always something more for us to be doing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's what I would say is different. Is there anything you want to add to what makes us different?
I would say the energy we bring, you are gonna have fun, fun, fun. You can just ask anyone that's come to our retreats.
That is true. It's a lot
There's
of
a
fun.
lot of laughing, and a lot of movement and a lot of just fun stuff where you'll be so entertained that you'll be exhausted when you leave because you've had so much fun.
Your
We're gonna
back
break your
will
phone.
hurt from laughing. Um, well, if you were gonna just describe it in a little nutshell, how would you describe the transformation that the women that come to our retreat receive?
I think we've did a little bit of description of that, but let's just say the retreat is wrapping up, and I feel that you go away with having purpose, feeling a sense of purpose, feeling connection, feeling a joy of seeing your life with a different outlook and that you have control over that are some of the things that come to mind and I've seen happen at the retreat. How about you?
I would say feeling like you're hearing God's voice again, letting go of years of either shame or doubt or confusion or frustration, maybe feeling stuck, right? Letting go of that and feeling like you've made sisters for life. There's a reason why we called it Soul Sisters. It's not just because Shay and I are literally sisters, but it's because we want every woman that is in our presence to feel that connection, to feel loved and accepted and seen and known. Um, and really like feeling on fire about life, but in a in a peaceful way, right? Like
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you're like, okay, I've got this. So you're not scared. Like fear has been pushed aside and you're ready.
Yes, absolutely.
So we've talked a lot about, you know, what it looks like and what the women got, but maybe you're just wanting to know who is this actually for? Like, what kind of a woman would want to come to this and who is it not for? So, Shay, who would you say this is for?
Well, I would say it's for people in my age group that are empty nesters that have, poured their life into their family and raising amazing human beings, and you've sent them off into the world. You've been so good at raising them that they are now independent and don't need you anymore. And you are like, okay, what's my purpose now? And that, what you said about retirement too, I had, retired from a, job where I wasn't, like, really ready to retire, but just circumstances made that happen, and just it's like, "Well, what's my purpose now?" My kids are out of the house, and this career that I had, is no longer there, and I don't wanna retire, so what is my purpose now? Um, that is this retreat is a great way to find out those things.
Yeah,
How
awesome.
about you? Who would you say it's for?
I think, kind of like I described where I was in life earlier in the episode, women that are, it's like your kids got big enough where they don't need you every second. And so you suddenly could breathe because you were sort of done changing diapers and constant feeding and all of that stuff. They're like a tiny bit more independent and maybe they're starting to go to school and you're finding yourself with a little bit of time on your hands that's just for you. I remember when I very first got a taste of that, I was like, I'm doing nothing for no one else. I'm getting pedicures and massage. I really got excited about having that free time. And then suddenly it was like, oh, okay, like, I can't get a pedicure massage every single day. Like, I now have to face myself. And it's like, well, who am I? What do I care about? What do I wanna do outside of being a mom, you know? And for me personally, that's kinda what was exciting about when a network marketing company came into my life because it gave me some purpose, right? But ultimately, I would say, that's not the answer and fit for everyone. We are all unique and different. We all have different dreams. We all have things that light us up. And maybe there was something you really wanted to do, in your youth, and then marriage and children all came along and you kind of pushed it to the side. It might be time to just, like, start dreaming again and figuring out what it is that you wanna do, because I'm sure you're an amazing mom, but you're more than a mom. God created you for more than that, so I would say if any of that resonates with you, you definitely would wanna come to our retreat.
Yeah.
So that leaves us with who's it not for?
Well, it's not for, if you're not open to getting some heart work done or group sharing or divine downloads, or you're just here to chill out, not really show up and do the work. This probably isn't your vibe.
Yeah. If you hate, like, deep talks and laughter with other women, you should not come. This is not for you. If you were freaking out at the idea of a sleepover when you were little, you don't want to
If
come.
you're not into slumber parties and doing masks and your nails.
It's probably not for you. So funny. Um, well, we just really the purpose and our intention today of coming together and recording this podcast episode is genuinely to invite you. So if any of what we've said is just resonating with you, you're getting that little God sing or God wink, it's sometimes called, then we want you to listen to that voice, listen to that tug, listen to the call, and come and join us. I will put the link in the show notes, but for those of you that want to just hear it audibly, it's bit.ly/Soul Sisters Retreat. So that's bit.ly/Soul Sisters Retreat. And
Yeah, and just
I want to say about that.
say connecting on to what Aaron was saying is, if your spirit is whispering to you, yes, we only have 6 spots. And we do that intentionally because it's not about the numbers, it's about the depth and transformation and connection to your purpose. And we want to help you find that out because we know what it feels like. We've been there, and it's nice to be where there is a purpose and you can see where God's got you going. So we want to see you there. We can't wait to meet you. We want to hold space for you and come right alongside you and give you some tools in your toolbox.
Yay. We're so excited to get better, friend. Thank you for listening. And in true fashion, I love closing every podcast with a prayer. And I thought it would be fun to ask my sister to pray for the women listening today.
I would love to do that. Heavenly Father, we just lift this podcast up to you, Lord, and we ask it be heard by the ears that need to hear it, Lord. I ask that you do put that whisper in their spirit if this is something that they need in their life, Lord, to get them closer to you, to have more connection to you, to find out what your purpose is for them. I ask, Lord, that you speak to their hearts right now, Lord. And I thank you for the honor of serving you and being your child and giving us the purpose that you've put in our lives, my sister and I, for this work. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you're feeling blessed by the content here, the number one way you can show me is by leaving me a written review of the show. I'd be forever grateful. Knowing that you're out there listening helps me know that I'm truly living out God's purpose in my life. The other thing you can do is take a screenshot of this episode, share it with a friend, or better yet, tag me on your Instagram stories. Remember, you are seen, known, and loved. May God richly bless you today. All my love, Erin Jean.